Hey people, it's Niles talking. Now this is from NPR.org. U.S. border agents chase migrants on horseback. A photographer explains what he saw. Images of U.S. Border Patrol agents on horseback chasing Haitian migrants along the Rio Grande are horrific, the White House says. The migrants were attempting to return to a camp near the International Bridge in Del Rio, Texas, where thousands of migrants have gathered on the U.S. side of the border river. Many of them carried food they just bought in Mexico. But when the migrants attempted to cross the river and return to the U.S. side of the border, agents used their horses to try to turn them back. The dramatic scene immediately sparked new questions about how a nation of immigrants treats people who are desperate for a better life. No. This is not about immigrants. This is about blacks. Because when they were in trouble in Afghanistan, they took them in a plane and brought them over. When they trouble from Central America and Mexico, they brought them in, they housed them at public expense. In LA, they are giving them driver's licenses. This is insane. How can you get a driver's license when you are not a citizen? They're letting them have business permits when they're not citizens. But remember, if you're black and you sell cigarettes, you will be killed by the police. Trust and believe. And people on the media will cheer for you. If you ever cheer for the police to do that. Let's see. The photographer's viewpoint. Video from the scene shows an agent whirling his horse's long reins as he tries to block a man from entering the United States. In the widely seen photographs, an agent lunges out nearly out of his saddle to grab a man by the shirt as the man carries bags of food. I thought the Haitians were quite scared, and I think there was probably some panic, which resulted in them trying to run around the horses, photographer Paul Rattier told NPR's Morning Edition. The agents tried to block them, and then one agent grabbed the man by his shirt and then kind of swung them around, said Rattier, who frequently covers border issues. And I don't know what prompted that. The same way how these cops fear for their lives when they see a black man and have to unload some bullets into them. He saw a black man and who couldn't retaliate and felt the need to show him who was boss. His photos quickly went viral along with video from the scene. The images have now triggered an investigation into what happened, as well as questions about the Biden administration's immigration policies. This is their immigration policies, to bring in as many foreigners as possible, to act as the new buffer class, and to keep the blacks down, and to keep any black immigrants out, because they don't want anyone coming in who could create more black people, and any person who could unite with the dewatering of black Americans and push for equal rights and human rights. Absolutely unacceptable, U.S. Representative Veronica Escobar, Democrat, Texas, said as she posted these photos on Twitter. No matter how challenging the situation in Del Rio is right now, nothing justifies violence against migrants attempting to seek asylum in our country. DHS promises a swift investigation. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas was in this area on Monday visiting the Del Rio Ciudad Acuna port of entry. Mayorkas and other officials suggested what many viewers took to be agents using whips was actually agents using their horses' reins. Why did they feel the need to come out on their horses, if that's the case? I mean, are we in the 19th century? Why are they behaving like slave catchers? But we all know the answer to that. But we're going to investigate the facts to ensure that the situation is as we understood it to be, and if it's anything different, we will respond accordingly, he said, according to Texas Public Radio. The Department of Homeland Security said the U.S. Customs and Border Protection's officials of professional responsibility is investigating, adding that the agency's Inspector General has also been informed. The footage is extremely troubling, and the facts learned from the full investigation, which will be conducted swiftly, will define the appropriate disciplinary actions to be taken, DHS said. We are committed to processing migrants in a safe, orderly, and humane way, the agency said. We can and must do that in a way that ensures the safety and dignity of migrants. I want to also say this, that they say we have to chase them back. I posted a post recently that says there are 600,000 Canadians illegally in America. You don't see them going door to door like Gestapo and rounding them up and sending them back to you. It's because they're black. ACLU of Texas criticizes the Biden administration. The American Civil Liberties Union of Texas is demanding accountability for the incident, issuing a statement early Tuesday that said agents must be punished if they're found to have behaved or spoken inappropriately towards the migrants. The rights group also called for changes in how the agency works. Border Patrol must end the use of horse-mounted agents in Del Rio, Texas, the ACLU chapter said. The images circulated for the border are vile and unacceptable. The ACLU also called on the Inspector General's Office of Department of Homeland Security to investigate the situation promptly, to scrutinize whether agents complied with the agency's policies on the use of force, and whether they should continue to use horses in the same way they were on Sunday. The White House called the images horrific. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki repeatedly called the images horrific when asked about the incident on Monday, using the same words to describe the errant U.S. strike that recently killed civilians in Afghanistan. It's just ridiculous how, I don't know. Let's just keep going. It's devastating to watch this footage, Psaki said. I know, all these officials, they would like to have these crimes against black people done in private where they don't have to be disturbed by it. Anyway, let's keep going. Psaki was asked for the White House response to agents seemingly using whips to corral migrants. It's horrible to watch, she said, while cautioning she did not have more information about what transpired. Of the video, Psaki said, I can't imagine what the scenario is where that would be appropriate. In response to a later question, she added, it's obviously horrific, the footage. Psaki also reiterated the U.S. stance towards the migrants and said that now is not the time to come, citing the state of the U.S. immigration system as well as COVID-19 pandemic that has forced tight travel restrictions. Many of the more than 14,000 migrants who've been camping at the border are hoping to seek asylum in the U.S. as Haitians flee a country in complete disarray. But in recent days, the Biden administration has been deporting migrants by the plane road, sending thousands back to Haiti. And someone posed a good question, like, the right of asylum is supposed to be there. So why is it that Central Americans can come, but when black immigrants come, they need to be beaten with whips and then put on a plane and sent back? Surely they should at least be interred in, some kind of immigrant holding facility until they can at least be allowed to plead their case and prove that they genuinely are seeking asylum. Anyway, I'm going to leave this and several other articles in the description. Please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.